How's it going, folks? So school day finished and heading up to the farm now. Still another work day without kids yet, but still had to be there the whole day. But we have a mission today. We got a heifer that's I haven't had her checked, but I'm sure she's bred now. Probably about a 2-year-old that's got, I'm not sure that it's Pinkeye yet. She's one of the black white-faced heifers, and so her white face, I could see running down her eye. She had some residue of some kind of gunk coming out of one of her eyes, and it was kind of swelled up. So reached out to a buddy of mine, got some meds for her, and I'm gonna try and give her a dart this afternoon once I get up there. Also, yesterday I did start working on the wood paneled fence that's going to be part of the corral in the back of the, kind of back behind the barns where we did the soil and water project. I got one board up, then a buddy from high school that I haven't talked to in a real long time randomly called me, ended up being on the phone for 35 minutes or something, and ran out of time before the cattlemen's meeting last night. So I'm going to pick up where I left off on that yesterday, and I'll take you along to watch some of what's going on, more so for the next generation to watch the lot being built in the back of the back behind the barns there. I keep wanting to say the backyard, but it's not the backyard. Anyways, the very first problem is my truck is running on fumes. So let's pray to the good Lord that we can make it about 2 miles to get some gas in this puppy, and then we'll head on up. All right, side note, I made it to the gas station by the grace of God. So this thing has a 32-gallon tank in it. I was paranoid that I couldn't make it to the gas station where I've got a fuel card to save money, so I stopped at the very first one that I came to and put $10 in it. I only put $10 in it, just enough to get me across town to the other one. There is no way I would have made it, because it held 30 gallons at the gas station where I can use my card. So it was for sure empty. And you know, one of the downsides to this truck, and I was really thinking that it was going to be a positive, was a savings in fuel costs. Because right now, diesel fuel back there was $3.69. Gas was $3.17. So I used my fuel card, which took, whatever it took off, it was $2.98 a gallon, which is awesome, except for the fact that it still held $90, and I feel like I'm filling up more than I did before. And yeah, the other truck would have, you know, I probably would have had $100 in filling it up, over $100, because it was just really, if I add the $10 that I spent at the one gas station plus what I spent there, it would have been $101 in gas. That's just, I don't know that the fuel saving is actually penciling out to be a reality. There's going to be other savings in other places. It's due for an oil change in the next 500,000 miles, 500 miles, yeah. And that'll save some money. If something ever messes up, that'll save some money. But I don't know that fuel, I don't know that that is really a savings. My other truck had some emissions parts taken off of it, and around town I was getting 17, 18 miles to the gallon, and in this pig I'm getting 14. So it's not great, but in my head when I was debating switching to a gas truck, and my head was, yeah, you're getting worse miles per gallon, but gas is cheaper. And I'm sure if I put pencil to paper, it would actually pencil out to be saving me money. It's just really not feeling like it. I don't know. I feel like I'm at the fuel pump all the time, which it's a good little drive up here. I mean, it's 30 minutes. It used to be 12 miles from Mom and Dad's house to up there. I don't know the exact mileage from my house, but if I'm getting 14 miles to the gallon, I would say I use a gallon each trip, a gallon there and a gallon back. And it's a 32-gallon tank, so that's 2 weeks worth of driving, pretty much. And that's about what I'm making it. But it just, it hurts. Well, hopefully this gets her feeling better. She did act off yesterday too. She was kind of hanging her head down and was a little slow. So hopefully this will get her going in the right direction. You could tell it was bothering her. All right, well, I don't know how this is going to work. They're all right here behind the barn, but I don't know. There's probably not a way for me to film what's going on, but we'll see what happens. We'll head on it. Two big old longbeards I've been jumping from back here. It's been about 3 days in a row that they've been back here behind the barn. But you can see here where I got to yesterday. I literally got that top board put on. Bottom one's just sitting on 2 screws that I put in just for it to sit close to where it's gonna go. And then there'll be some more, obviously go under it in a minute, but try and get that taken care of today. At least this section over here. I don't have my gates yet. Woo! Come on, babies. Well, that one went a whole lot smoother than the last one. Didn't have to stand there and wait for so long. She kind of got a little upset too. Not near as upset as the bull did. And I think the only reason she kind of ran around and was jerking her head around, she's seeing it flap in the corner of her eye and she can't figure out why, something's hanging on to her. That's the only thing that's really freaking her out. But it is a good thing to go ahead and do that. She was sitting over there bringing her back hoof up, trying to scratch the corner of her eye. And it was already real swollen and red looking. So I would like to wait around and see if the dart falls off while I'm out here. And if it does, just pick it up and get it out of here so nobody steps on it or anything like that. These darts. I did check while I was over here on my fish, and he is alive and well in the bottom of that tank. I hadn't really done an update on that in a long time, but he has done his job. I need to get him like a little, maybe a cinder block or something to put in there, so he's got some protection. Let's see if we can see him in there somewhere. Oh yeah, he's right here below my camera. All right. So he's done a good job of cleaning that. There's sections of the bottom of the tank down there that you can see clean concrete. So that's neat. Anyways, I'm going to pull the truck around to the trailer where I've got the lumber sitting. What I did yesterday seems like a lot of running back and forth, but there's no way to get 16-foot boards back there. without putting them on a trailer. And I can't get, somebody just shot back there. I can't get a trailer back there. So what I've been doing is going back there, measuring what I need, coming back over here to the trailer and where I've got my sawhorses sitting, cutting what I need, then put it on the back side by side. Since they're smaller pieces, take it over there, get them put up. Of course, I say that like I've got a lot of experience doing this, and so far I've put up one board. I'm pretty clueless. On that first board, I got 2 screws in one side and had to call my buddy that is a professional to see if I was doing something right. So you've heard the term of jack of all trades and a master of none. I don't know if I'm a jack of all trades, but I can do quite a few things. But there's a whole lot of things that I can do them, and I'll do my best to do them, but I'm clueless. And carpentry work is one of those. For some reason, I decided to redo my porch. What a nightmare. That was not a good idea. But the way this is going to look when this is done, so I'm going to have 5 boards, gate, 5 boards. So these over here, look, I can, cover the whole span with 1 board. Same deal over here. I'm going to do 5 boards from here to here, gate, and then 5 boards all the way across. That way that'll let me get equipment through there. If I ever need to get in the back of the barn for anything, I can get the 4-wheeler through there to spray the ditch line. I can get a mower back there. Same deal over here. It's over here. I hate to buy an 8-foot gate for just this little section, but if I don't do something with it, it's just gonna grow up and be disgusting, and I don't want to get that. So it was already disgusting once. Got back here, sprayed it. You can kind of see where all the weedy stuff's dead. Hopefully just some grasses will grow back. Well, for someone who's not a carpenter, I don't think that's too shabby. I don't think any of my boards are exactly the same length, but doesn't look completely off, or at least to me. Maybe some of you all that are carpenters looking at that, shaking your head thinking, what in the world is that guy doing? And if you are, so be it. So be it. Well, I might have time to go over, no, I was going to say I might have time to go over and cut some more boards, but I was thinking that my batteries were dead, but I've got one more that's got some in it. May go get started cutting on the boards that I need for here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I gotta come cut a bolt out of one of these too. One of these lag bolts that was on here. It's bent like completely down compared to the other side, and I can't get it out. So you can kind of see there, it goes through and goes. So I'm just going to take a saw and cut the end of that off. But I'll at least get something done. Cut that off, cut a couple boards. Before I do that, I'm going to double check that my measurements in my paper, on my paper, are right before I go and start cutting stuff, because I'm one of those that doesn't measure 40 times and cuts once, and normally mess up. If somebody gets out here with a tape measure, they'll realize I messed up right here. Oh well. I'm kind of happy with it, to be completely honest with you. By the time that's there, and over here, and once I get it down this side here, it'll look like something. All right, I'm gonna measure this and head back over there. Well, boards are unloaded. That little section of fence over there is taken care of. The heifer is treated, and the Labradors are hungry. So, I'm gonna have to call this one a day, and I'll be up tomorrow after school. It's getting close to corn maze time, and there are countless things to do down there, so I'm trying to get as much of this stuff done up here as I can, because that's about to take up all of my time. Well, not all, good chunk of my time for the next 2.5 months. So trying to get this all done, but I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.